Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Is closing still a thing? Today, Sean Gardner, instructor and sales trainer at the Joe Verdi Group, joins us to discuss the relevance of closing in today's sales environment. Sean, thank you so much for joining us on the show once again.
Absolutely, Jim. It's a pleasure to be here.
Sure. So talk to us. What say you about closing? Do traditional closing techniques still hold value?
Okay, well, closing's a very big subject, and we all want to learn more about it.
Oh yeah,
And, I love talking to you, Jim, because, well, you sold cars, you were a manager,
that's
you were
right.
a dealer, so you know the value of closing.
That's right.
Here's the thing, Jim, when you were in a dealership, do you feel like you've ever lost a sale because of the price, the customer saying your price was too high? Has that ever happened?
Of course.
Yeah, what about trade value? Have you ever lost a sale
Yep.
because of trade value? The customer says, that's just not enough for my trade. I can get more for it down the street.
Absolutely.
What about payment? Have you ever had a customer say, that payment's just too high? We'll be back. We'll let you know. Have you ever heard that?
Only 5 times a week.
Yeah. So Jim, the question is, are we losing sales because of price, trade value, and payment? Or, and I'm saying this in the nicest of ways, are we losing sales because we don't know how to close?
I hate to admit it, but it's probably because we don't know how to close.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And we're kind of being harsh a little bit on that, but in a fun way.
Yeah.
But we have to realize that our success depends on our skills. Our skills, and closing is a big skill. It's not just about the market. And this market is changing right before our eyes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, do you see it? Are you talking to people? Are you hearing it?
Oh, there's no question about it that all of these sales skills and selling skills
Yeah.
all of a sudden came to the forefront here in the last
Yeah.
6 months with dealers scrambling to go, we got to get our people trained because it's the way it was back in 2018, 2019. You got to fight for every deal. You can't let
Yes.
people just walk out the door and hope they're
Yeah.
going to come back and pay over sticker price for the one car that they can't find elsewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Those days are far behind us.
Absolutely. Look, Joe says it best, okay? Our success as a salesperson is up to us and our skills.
Yeah.
It's not up to the market. And you're talking about how the market was 6, 8, 12 months ago, and it's totally different. Look,
Right.
a couple facts on closing, okay? 75% of all salespeople only know and use one close.
Yeah.
30% of the salespeople, and this is all in a fun way, I'm talking positive about us, we don't even ask for the sale.
Yeah.
But here's the snag in this, okay? 80% of all sales will close after the 5th attempt. A customer could say no up to 5 times before they'll say yes, but we only know one close. We only know one close. So if it takes 5 times to close most customers, we can see that we're missing a lot of deals that we could be getting. And Jim, you were talking about we need to fight for every sale.
That's right.
Well, one of the best ways to fight for every sale is to learn more closes.
Yeah, that's right. But you
Right?
are so right about that. There's no question that so many salespeople, especially newcomers, and there's a lot of newcomers every month to the industry, that they'll go in and have one close, and then that's
Yeah.
it. The customer said no, so that must be
Yeah.
no. And we all know that all no means in the showroom is not yet. You haven't
Yeah.
closed me yet.
Yes. Yeah. If we don't learn how to close, one, we don't get a chance to sell that customer a car. But also, two, Jim, the customer never gets a chance to buy the car maybe that they really wanted.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, these customers, they could love the salesperson, they could love the dealership, they could love the car, but they're nervous about spending the money, even though they're getting ready to spend it. So they come up with, like Joe says, reflex objections.
Yep.
Like I said in the beginning, we were just kind of looking around. We'll let you know. We appreciate your time. Here's the thing, Jim. The one close that most of us know, okay, is a if I could, would you on price type close. Okay. That before I met Joe, that was the only close.
That was the close. I'm guilty as well.
That was it. It was if I could, would you on price? If I could, would you on
Yep.
trade? If I could, would
Yep.
you on payment? Or if I could, would you on all the stuff? If we can get the terms and figures agreeable to your satisfaction, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think my big thing today is if you are closing on price, please stop that right away, okay? I say that in a nice way, but we got to stop closing on price. Check this out, Jim. With today's hyper-informed buyer, you close on price. If I could, would you? You know what they go, look, they all do this. See. Okay. And we could be scaring them away, Jim.
Right.
You know, we're scaring them to Carvana. We're scaring them to CarMax. We're scaring them to other competitors that we have. Plus, like I'm not calling us an old dog, okay? But we've been in the business for a long time. If a salesperson, and you know this, uses a "if I could, would you" type close on us,
yeah,
they could be setting up some unrealistic expectations when it comes to the negotiations.
That's right.
Because I know I know if a salesperson says, "Hey, Sean, so if we can get the figures agreeable," I'm thinking, "Oh yeah, you're gonna have to get them agreeable. I just want to see your bottom dollar. What's your invoice on this truck?" Right? I mean, we're just having fun, but you're making the negotiations a lot harder than it has to be because you're trying to firm things up based on price.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. You don't even know that it's a price objection when a customer says, "Thank you so much. We got all the information that we need. We're going to come back. We're going to give you a call back. You know, really appreciate all the time." And you go for the, "Well, if I could lower the price, if I could get the payment," and they didn't even tell you that they were unhappy with the price. I've seen that happen a number of times.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, shoot, it might be they just didn't bring their checkbook with them.
Or maybe, the student that's home from college isn't with them, and that's who the car's for, and they never mentioned that to you, maybe because you didn't ask them. And here you are trying to close them on price, and they didn't even have a problem with the price. You were the one that made the issue or price the issue, right?
Yeah. Big time. Look, this video or this interview, we just want to point out awareness because the market is changing so much. We have to see opportunity to get better, right? So, and it really talks about or covers what you just said. But I want to ask, if you're watching this as a salesperson, a manager, I want to ask you 3 questions, okay? Question number 1, to put things into perspective. Why do we pre-qualify sometimes and not even ask for the sale? That happens. Look, here's the thing. We could do a good job on the lot. The customer loves us, loves the car, loves the dealership. And the thing about it is we, Jim, buy into the customer's story. We buy into like you just said, "Well, I got to get my son. He's not here. We were just doing some preliminary looking." We buy into the story. So we never even ask for the sale.
That's right.
And we're losing every shot at making that deal right now. Okay. And they're too tough to get back. We're losing a lot of sales that we could be getting because we're never even asking for the sale. Question 2, Jim. Okay. So I'm selling 12 cars a month. I'm talking to 50 customers a month. So that means 38 customers are leaving without buying. Why? If we can't close them, why aren't we turning every single one of those customers to our manager so they could use their creativity to help you close the sale?
Yep.
Right? Okay, here's part of the issue. Part of the issue is I bought into the customer's story. Well, their son wasn't here. They're not ready for a turn yet. They're going to come back on Friday, and then for sure you definitely can talk. Okay, so we're buying into their story, so we're not closing. We're not turning our deals to the manager. Look, here's the thing, Jim. I'm not the best closer in the world. I'd like to think I'm pretty good. You're not the best closer in the world, but you know what? I've listened to you. You're pretty good. We can help salespeople put deals together.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So we can help salespeople put deals together, but how can we help if you don't even turn your customer? It's crazy.
That's right.
I mean, number one job for a sales manager is to help salespeople make deals, and that includes turns, right?
Of course.
And a lot of salespeople, they just don't use that resource. That's all. Okay, and it's just time.
And it is amazing to me why they don't. I mean, it really is. It's something that's so simple. In some cases, they see it as a sign of weakness. I see it as a sign of strength, that they're going to use every tool in their toolbox, that being a turn to a skilled manager that's seen these closes before and seen these types of customers, knows what to do in these circumstances. But all too often, you're right. You'll have a salesperson that just lets that customer go and never says, wait a minute, I've got 7 other tools here, that's going to help me close this customer.
Yeah. Look, if you can't close the customer or taking that car home right now, at least close them into coming on your showroom and getting a manager over there to help you. That's all. And I'm saying that in a super fun way. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the last question, because I know we got to wrap this up. The last question is, why don't we go to the effort of learning 4 or 5 great closes that could substantially put us in a position to sell more cars every single month and make a lot more money so we can be better providers for us and our family? That's all you need is 4 or 5 great closes. And the average salesperson knows one. It's time to sharpen the closing skills, Jim.
That's right. No truer words have been spoken. There's no question. The only way that you can increase your sales, for those that are listening, is either more ups, or a stronger closing percentage of the current ups that you're getting, whether it be call, click, or walk in. Joe Verde built a whole successful company on it because there's a plethora of dealers out there that need professional, I'm going to underline professional sales training for not just their sales department, but for their management team. Now go train your people. Sean Gardner, instructor, sales trainer at the Joe Verde Group. Thanks again, man, for coming in. I get so many great emails and comments and text messages from my friends in the industry to go, man, when that guy comes on, he tells it like it is. It's so real world. When you talk, these dealers are listening, they're taking notes. So I really appreciate all the content.
Thank you. And Joe says hi.
Yep, great. Tell him I said hello.